you listen to reason? Will you open your eyes? It's a wonder what you'll find with an open mind. You may be surprised. Yeah, gotta get away from this illusion for the sake of the world. This delusion has gotta go. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Atheist Experience. We are live. Today is Sunday, June 13th, 2010. I'm Matt Dillahunty. Joining me this week, Jeff D.
Hi, Matt.
How you been?
Good. You?
I've been pretty good. We are a live public access television program sponsored by the Atheist Community of Austin. The ACA is a 501c3 nonprofit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state. For more information about the ACA, you can visit the website www.atheist-community.org. There you can find our frequently asked questions page about who are we, what do we believe, what don't we believe, why don't we believe it, etc. You can also find information about our various events, including the Atheist Happy Hour, which is every Thursday at the Dog and Duck Pub beginning at around 7 o'clock. And I'm doing these announcements in just whatever order I feel like. So they'll scramble for the right screens. And the ACA has weekly meetings every Sunday at Romeo's on Burton Springs Road beginning at around 11 o'clock, or 11:30 actually. See, 11:30. Except for the first Sunday of the month, when we host a lecture series at the Austin History Center located at the corner of 9th and Guadalupe. Next month's lecture is it Amy Parsons next month? Yes. Yeah, Amy Parsons from Camp Quest, Texas, will be down to talk to us then. Any atheist or atheist-friendly person is welcome to come to any of our events. You don't have to be a member to attend. And after this program's over, we get together for dinner at Threadgill's at 301 West Riverside Drive. See, I can say it before they can even get it up on the screen. We're on the air till about 6 o'clock. We'll be down at dinner around 6:30 or so. That is also open to the public, unless you're coming down to preach, proselytize, or provoke, in which case, please piss off. I'm kidding. Just don't come down and cause trouble. Anybody else who wants to come down and actually have a decent conversation or have some dinner, you're all welcome to do that. There's no membership requirements for that either. There's upcoming events in addition to our regularly scheduled events, and I need to start pushing it more. And one is our yearly Bat Cruise. For those who don't know, Austin, Texas has the largest metropolitan bat population, I think, on the planet, if not at least in the country. And every September we get together, we rent a boat down at the lake and go out, take some food, snacks, drinks, whatever, have a good time, and then watch the bats come out at night. This year, we're planning on starting it off with an afternoon lecture, which we're still finalizing the details for. Although right now the plan is for me to update and amplify my Superiority of Secular Morality lecture, which we'll use as kind of the kickoff to the Bat Cruise event. And also, after the Bat Cruise is over, there are a number of us every year who get together and go to the 10 o'clock show at Esther's Follies on 6th Street. That's not being organized by the ACA. It's just too much hassle to try and figure out who wants to go and who doesn't, and get tickets, and should we, try to book the whole venue, et cetera. So I'll give it more reminders as we get closer to it. But for the people who want to go to this musical comedy magic extravaganza, I guess, you can go online. We'll have a link on our website to the Esther's Follies website, and you can look into possibly getting your tickets and joining us there afterwards. In addition to this program, the ACA also sponsors a bi-weekly internet audio podcast called The Nonprofits. You can go to nonprofitsradio.com for more information about the show. That's PHETS. It's currently on hiatus until probably early to mid-August. There's a lot going on, schedule conflicts. I'm getting ready to move, which means Dillahunty International Studios will move. And then as soon as we're set back up, we'll get back to regular shows with the nonprofits as well. That is all of the announcements that I have.
That was awesome. You have done this before, haven't you?
Once or twice. I wouldn't say that was awesome, though.
It was awesome.
Cool.
You didn't have to. I said it was awesome.
Awesome. Jeff thinks it was awesome. It's a
Hey,
live
everybody.
call-in show,
Yeah.
which I didn't mention that if you don't get through on the telephone today, see, this is how unawesome
You
it
made a
was.
mistake.
If you don't get through on the telephone today or you don't want to, you can email tv@atheist-community.org. That goes to myself, the co-host, some of the people behind the scenes. Obviously, we get so much email, we cannot possibly answer all of it, but we do our best to answer a good chunk of it. They'll have the number up for you like almost right away, and you can call in and have a discussion. Tell us what you believe, why you believe it, or whatever strikes your fancy. But I'm turning it over to Jeff.
You are?
I am. You are
All right.
on,
Well,
sir.
I have just a small thing to talk about. Islam has gotten beat up a little bit in recent weeks.
Yeah.
There are a number of events that they didn't care for too much. Starting with Boobquake. And this actually made the cable news. A Muslim cleric, I'm not going to try to pronounce that name, Siddiqui was his last name, quoted as saying by the Iranian media, quote, "Many women who do not dress modestly lead young men astray, corrupt their chastity, and spread adultery in society, which consequently increases earthquakes." And being the rational, science-minded folk that we are, one of us unbelievers decided to put that to the test, and she organized on Facebook this event called Boobquake, which simply consisted of, on a particular day, young ladies were encouraged to dress immodestly, which does not mean nakedness, but a little cleavage. It varied.
Immodest from this Muslim's view is anything short of a burqa. So
Correct.
Yeah.
In order to see if giant earthquakes could be caused, and the answer was no. So that was amusing. I couldn't participate in that one myself personally, but I did jump on board the next event targeting Islam, which was Everybody Draw Muhammad Day. As we all know, is it all? I don't know.
It is some.
Some Muslims have an issue with depictions of their prophet Muhammad, and some of them take this so far as to kill cartoonists and attempt to kill other cartoonists who have produced such images. And somebody had the brilliant idea of, there's only so many of us that can kill at once. So Everybody Draw Muhammad Day was on a particular day. Members of this Facebook group were encouraged to generate their own drawn images of the Prophet Muhammad. And here's mine. This was posted on Facebook. I didn't warn the guys in the control room, but there he is. This is actually inspired by actual medieval paintings of Muhammad as he is depicted in those paintings. I quite enjoyed drawing the turban. That was an interesting arrangement of lines. The fire on his head is not me trying to make some kind of statement. That's apparently in medieval Islam imagery from some cultures that's sort of analogous to a halo.
Yeah, kind of a
that you
holy
see.
fire.
Yeah, it's right. It's an indication of his holiness and bare feet. Again, not making any kind of Beatles message or anything, but simply that's the way he's depicted. And if you're curious, if you're surprised that I'm saying that's the way he was depicted, that's because this idea that you shouldn't draw Muhammad does not date back to the founding of the religion. In fact, there's a lot of historical images of Muhammad. Now, some of them have been later defaced, so you just see this sort of white blob of whatever the substance was that the painting was made on, sometimes surrounded by the halo of fire. But a lot of other instances are detailed drawings of there's the guy in his robe with his turban and his flamey head and the whole 9 yards. If you're curious, you can see a collection of such images at tinyurl.com/DND73. There's a whole collection.
Does that stand for do not draw?
It was random. That's the Mohammed Image Archive at zombietime.com. But again, that tiny URL is tinyurl.com/DND73.